Well, it may be a red day in the crypto markets, but I'm still out here farming airdrops and I've got a bunch of alpha for you today. In fact, I honestly believe that it's times like this when people start walking away from it that it actually makes sense to double down. So let's talk about the alpha from today, starting with the Drift airdrop. Now, for starters, the claim for this token is going to be live in 2 days on May 16th at 12 p.m. UTC. Now, they already have an eligibility checker live on their website, but they also announced yesterday that they went on a massive Sybil purge, so trying to get rid of people that either self-referred or were doing wash trading, opening and closing trades within a second, just trying to run up numbers for the airdrop. So if you go and check your eligibility for the Drift airdrop now, you will either A, notice that you've gotten a bump up in the number of tokens you're getting because the Sybil allocations have been redistributed amongst people that actually survived the purge. But on the other hand, if you were marked as a Sybil, then you will obviously notice that your allocation has either been eliminated or slashed severely. Now, if you believe that this has happened by accident, you can visit this link right here and submit an appeal. So I'll drop a link to this so that you can go and appeal if you believe that you were falsely marked as a Sybil. Now, this appeal form is going to be open until May 30th, and if you successfully manage to win your appeal, then you'll get a separate drop afterwards. This seems to be the new normal now. Teams are trying to make sure that their airdrop tokens are going to real users, and they're making a much more concerted effort to actually weed out potential Sybils. Now, personally, I think this is actually a good thing in general because it means that more tokens are going to real users, and really it's the industrial Sybil farms that are the ones that are going to immediately sell in all cases and drive the price down a lot. But what we don't want is for real users to be accidentally excluded from airdrops or to have the type of Sybil witch hunt environments that have come out of the Layer 0 airdrop, which I think has been overall quite negative for the space. All right, moving on now. Apparently there's going to be another snapshot for Saga stakers, and that is going to happen within the next 30 days. So if you're still bullish on this project, it probably makes sense to keep staking and to stake as much of the airdrop as you can. Me personally, I'm actually not. I'm out of Saga, and I think I'm done with this one. And in case you're wondering why, honestly, personally, I just don't want to have my attention split into too many different spots, and I'm just not super bullish on the Saga ecosystem. I would rather focus my capital and energy in other places where I think it will be better served. All right, speaking of the Cosmos ecosystem, there's a new airdrop that's just been announced for Atom and Neutron stakers, and this is from the Electron platform, which is a new DeFi app. Now, I've never actually heard of these guys, but just based on the small amount of research I've done, it looks interesting, and I do like free money, so yes, please, I will take some tokens for staking my Atom. Anyways, there's no details yet on a snapshot date, the number of Atom tokens that need to be staked, and when this will actually be live. So I will bring you more information as soon as we have it. All right, let's move to Layer 3 because they made an announcement today and added some additional levels of complexity to the L3 airdrop. So previously we were all minting cubes to try and qualify for the L3 airdrop, and now they've dropped these infinity cubes, which are going to boost your L3 airdrop allocation and help you get a share of $500,000 in other token rewards as well. So sometimes projects give allocations to Layer 3 like optimism tokens or ARB tokens or whatever, and then they pass those on as incentives for completing quests, and it looks like there's going to be some pretty hefty incentives for this. So they've now got a campaign on Layer 3 for these infinity cubes where you can follow along. Currently there's only 2 quests live, but there's going to be a lot more to come. And remember, season 1 of the Layer 3 airdrop is a relatively small 5%, I believe it was, and there's a lot more to come. So if you want to continue farming this one, there's definitely still opportunities. All right, let's move now to Sanctum. Now the 2x points boost for the Bonk Soul and Strong Soul tokens is now over, and currently there's actually no points boost live yet. There's going to be a new one dropping on Friday, and the team is currently confirming which LSTs because it looks like there's actually going to be multiple that are going to get that bonus. But in the interim, what I've decided to do is to put a decent chunk into the Vaulty or VSOL token. And I put the rest back into the INF token. But the reason why I've chosen Vaulty while I wait for the boost on Friday is that the team that is behind the Vault Staked Soul has announced that they are actually doing an airdrop as well that will be explicitly based on the EXP level of the Vaulty pet. So the more that you can rank up the VSOL pet, then the higher amount of vault points you'll get, and then the more airdrop you'll get from them. And so this Sanctum airdrop campaign is definitely a bit of an airdrop Lego, just trying to move money around at different points to take advantage of the different points multipliers, and then also to get multiple airdrops with the same pool of capital. So that is what I'm doing with Sanctum until Friday, at which point I will pivot into whichever LSTs have the highest points multipliers. All right, let's move now to this new SocialFi campaign from Lingo. So I thought they had launched officially last week, but I guess that was sort of like a beta or a pre-launch, and now the thing is officially live. Now, as far as SocialFi airdrop campaigns go, this one is definitely one of the nicest looking interfaces that I've ever seen, and you can experiment it with it here. In order to actually qualify for the airdrop, they want you to engage on Twitter and in Discord, like all of these other SocialFi campaigns, in order to actually get points and rank up for the airdrop. Now, in this thread here, they have an explanation of what you need to do on each island in order to actually get a share of the Lingo token airdrop. So I will throw a link to this down below the video, as well as a link to the platform itself. All right, next up, if you are farming the Intent X airdrop, which is a new perp dex, it's trading on the Mantle L2 as well as Blast. The final week of their campaign is live, and in order to get this one, you have to trade 5K in daily volume on the Intent X exchange. And if you complete all 4 of those major quests here on the Galaxy platform for Intent X, you will get 4 NFTs that you can then merge into one master NFT, kind of like what Chroma did with their campaign, and that will help you qualify for that airdrop. So if you're following along with this, definitely go and do the final quest on the list here. Okay, next up, Zapper has announced that they are going to be dropping a token. They have said there's no point system, nothing like that. It's all retroactive, and they're just going to be dropping the token relatively soon. Now, if you haven't started farming this one yet, I would say it looks like it's probably too late. Zapper is another one of these portfolio tracking apps for Ethereum. I personally actually prefer DBank, even though Zapper has swaps and bridging integrating into it, so it's a little bit more versatile. However, honestly, I just prefer DBank. Anyways, I'll bring more information on this when they've released details of tokenomics, snapshot date, and claim date. Okay, next up, if you are farming the Zeta Markets perp dex, they just announced another raise of $5 million, bringing their total funding to $13.5 million. And also they announced in the same post that they are launching an L2 on Solana. And this is bullish for Zeta Markets farmers for 2 reasons. First of all, having more capital is good because it means that they can actually seed liquidity and the airdrop could potentially be worth more. And then the fact that they're launching a DeFi L2 on Solana is, in my opinion, bullish, because that is just one of those narratives that seems to actually get some traction. Now, honestly, I did think that the Z token would have dropped by now. It's taking longer than expected, and they keep releasing new trading competitions on their platform. However, now, honestly, I'm even more bullish than I was before. Okay, a couple more things. First of all, if you haven't visited the Merkle application recently, you should go check it out, and you'll notice that they've completely revamped the way that it looks, but it actually makes it easier to track how you are doing for the Merkle airdrop. And remember, they are doing a pretty massive airdrop. Over 50% of the supply of the token is going to the community. And now you can track your overall stats on how many tasks you've done, and you can actually see all of the different tasks down here and all of the badges that need to be minted. Now, if you've never experimented with this platform, I would say it is actually a solid thing to do. Each one of these badges costs $1 to mint, and then it asks you to go and do a bunch of on-chain transactions in order to actually get attestations or experience points for that badge. So for example, this is the Hyperlane badge, and you mint it for $1, and then you have to do a bunch of bridge transactions on Hyperlane in order to get all of these XP for your badge. So this is a multi-airdrop qualifier, very similar to the Layer 3 platform, although in some ways different. So yeah, I recommend experimenting with this and definitely completing tasks for the airdrops that you're already farming anyways. So if you're farming Hyperlane or Scroll or Jumper or Swell, Athena, whatever, you should at least mint those badges. You'll probably be able to even retroactively claim some experience points for those, and then it will help you qualify for multiple airdrops at the same time. Okay, another thing I wanted to mention is if you're still farming the small bound airdrop campaign, remember I spoke about this a couple of weeks back, they have a vote on right now, so you can click on this button here and just vote for one of these options. If you do that, you get 1,000 points for free, so you might as well go just click that one button and do that if you're still completing this airdrop campaign. Otherwise, they have various other social quests that can be completed in the dashboard here, so you can check them out. And then the final thing I want to mention is that there's yet another new testnet that launched today, and this is Initia. So you can go check out the testnet here. They've got a bunch of tasks that need to be completed in order to actually get experience points and rank up for this airdrop. Now, it's been a while since I actually did a testnet tutorial. This one actually looks bit more interesting to me than some of these other generic testnets that have been launching lately. So I might make a full video on this if that's something people are interested in. But it's actually not super complicated, and I think you can follow along the steps by yourself pretty simply. So let me know if you're actually interested in a tutorial. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you found this alpha useful as always, and have yourself a great day.